One thing, you don't need a lot of money to travel. I made it! Welcome to my second video. Today we're going to talk about my love for traveling. 3 or 4 years ago, I started traveling around Europe. But actually, the first time I traveled on my own 8 years ago. In year 2010, I started working. I thought that was a good opportunity for me to start to travel. I had the American multiple visa and it was expiring in 2011 and I never had the chance to use it. So, yeah. I went to New York for 2 weeks on my own with my own money. It was a real adventure. I almost missed my connecting flight from Brussels to New York. In Milan airport, they forgot to print me the boarding pass of my connecting flight. What they told me is I had to go to the departures area, do the check-in, do the security check all over again. And the good thing is, it's not really a good thing, but for me it was. The flight was delayed like 30 minutes. I don't know if it was because of me. When I entered the plane, they were looking at me like, yeah, like it was my fault. I really enjoyed my trip to New York that in 2011, I decided to go on my own to the Philippines. Well, my parents were going there anyway, but I decided to go another day. Really long flight, around 14 hours. When we were almost in Singapore, the plane encountered a really heavy turbulence. Well, I don't know if that is a heavy turbulence, but I got really scared. They were distributing the dinner or lunch. I don't know what time was that. The food was on the floor. Fear was in the flight attendants' faces. Babies were crying. People were screaming. I got really scared. And from then on, I got this fear of flying. If I can avoid getting on a plane, I will. Yeah, I can get really nervous. Sometimes I panic. Once during a flight to Berlin, I even cried. I wasn't really crying out loud, but like a tear fell from my eye. That was bad. After that flight at the airport, in the bathroom, I was laughing hysterically. I know. I'm ashamed about it. I'm crazy. So I stopped getting on planes for 4 years. But year 2014, I had to overcome this fear because my boyfriend wanted to visit Barcelona or at least go on a trip outside the country. I actually was convincing him to visit other cities in Italy, so we had to go by train. It didn't work. We went to Barcelona and I had to get on the plane. I thought that it would be easier for me to overcome my fear because I was with someone. I won't travel alone. It wasn't a good experience. I mean, the flight wasn't a good experience, but I had a wonderful weekend there in Barcelona. I would come back if I had extra money. Honestly, I'm still afraid of flying, but I'm working on it because next month I have to fly to the Philippines for vacation after 7 long years. I'm afraid. One thing that convinced me to travel outside the country is this. This is what we call permesso di soggiorno, permit of stay, or simply residence permit. For non-UE citizens like me, this is necessary to stay legally here in Italy for a long period of time. And it's not easy to have. It's even expensive. You have to fill up a form that you need to get from the post office. After all, you have to put everything in an envelope, bring this to the post office, and then they will give For this one, I spent almost 300 euro. The good thing is, this allows you to visit other Schengen countries. So, this expensive thing, you paid for this, you worked for this. Once you have this, you make this count. And you make this count by using it, by traveling around Europe. One of the reasons for traveling is food. The best cities I remember because of the food, Yum Yum Yum. Prague, Yum Yum Yum. And Krakow, Yum Yum Yum. And Naples, here in Italy. Best pizza ever. Yum Yum Yum. Il Copo, fried seafoods. Yum Yum Yum. I love traveling because I can escape from the city for like even a short weekend, relax a little bit. Please take me back to Budapest, the thermal bath. And of course, once you finish a trip, when you go back home, you feel accomplished. You learn a lot of things.
You learn things you never knew, you never knew.
In languages, do widzenia, obrigada, danke, merci beaucoup. I'm just joking. I never learned any language. When I travel for like 3 days or 4 days or a weekend, well, I just speak in English. And so far, so good. Also, when you go back home, you have a lot of memories with you to share to your family and want to convince them to travel. And I want you to start to travel on your own. Okay, you might say you don't have a lot of money. Well, one thing, you don't need a lot of money to travel, especially if you're already here in Europe. If you have this, watch my next vlog. I'm going to do a travel vlog on our trip to Madrid and how we managed to travel there on a budget. So that's it for now. See you. Bye.